What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran. And we're back with some new Duran Duran. Indeed, shout out to Adam, major friend and champion of the channel, who brought this to my attention. They're coming out with an album in October called Danse Macabre, more on that phrase in a moment, which features a few new tracks apparently themed around Halloween, as well as a number of other covers, including some covers of other people's material, and I think at least a couple covers of their own songs, which I'm very intrigued by. So excited to know they're coming out with a new album, and the title track, Danse Macabre, has been made available to me, so shout out to Adam once again. And Danse Macabre, if you didn't know, I learned of the phrase through the musical like tone poem, I guess, by Camille Saint-Saëns, the French composer, who based his idea and the themes in the music around the folklore tradition of Danse Macabre, the idea of on All Hallows Eve, the devil causes the undead to rise and they dance about in a very wicked and menacing way before going back underground and into their graves again for the rest of the year. And the atmosphere of the Saint-Saëns piece really does capture that. It's dark, but there's a dance to it. It's like a waltz, so I've always enjoyed that piece. And ultimately, anything that has that name, I imagine, will be driving at the same concept, whether or not it's making reference to any musical elements in the Saint-Saëns piece. So that's the atmosphere that I'm thinking about going into this. Now, again, if the entire album is based on All Hallows Eve and Halloween, it makes perfect sense. And, you know, I feel like a concept album in that regard was not something I was expecting, but am really intrigued by. So, same thing with Luca. She's sleeping. I'm going to tell her about it later when she wakes up. But this is Duran Duran. This is Danse Macabre, and it's the title track of their upcoming 2023 album. Oof. Now that's a kick drum. Coming in dark and heavy.
Halloween girl sees the fray. Brothers and sisters lead the way. Shackled to the rhythm, your soul is waved. So you better get down on your knees and pray. Coming up with a box of bedroll. Jumping on the hot seat line in the dental delivery quick. Expensive mistake. The damage, the damage, the damage, the damage. Hey, no way. Some girls are driving on AC Cobra. All the top of hey. Get dirty up on the dance floor.
Get dirty up on the dance floor? Monstrous. perfectly suited to the concept of Danse Macabre, the multiple aspects of that word. It feels haunting, it feels dark, but also jubilant and mischievous and very dancing. So yeah, amazing. And I love in that there was a part in the middle where the vocals were sort of washed out a bit. They almost sounded like an oldie timey recording or sort of musical theater. And in that moment at the end, he got like very intense, but it was, you know, like playful, and it's the perfect manifestation of the concept. So I really like the way they leaned into the, you know, established paradigm of Danse Macabre, and as a album initiating and perhaps concept setting track for the rest of this album, I think that's brilliant. So, you know, it's a thing where I've thought about a lot, not just with Duran albums, but other groups I've gone through. Like, if you pick one of the tracks as a title tune, whether you're doing it explicitly or more implicitly, it does seem like you're saying, this is representative of the album. This expresses what this album is about. So I think it's a perfect fit in that regard. Yeah, I love it. I love the synths. There was a bit of like Phantom of the Opera and some of the synth work and the key sequences, which again had this sort of dark menace, but not overly evil, just a bit mischievous. So it's seriously like all the different bits of this, and I like the percussion. There was a part near the end which was reminding me of the, what is it, the Perfecto mix of, oh, what track is it in the moment? I'm of course gonna forget the track, but a tune where I was like, oh, this mix, you know, there's a bit of like 90s Depeche flavor, and there was a moment in this track that was like Duran getting back to that sort of flavor, that, you know, dark, swervy, moody type of instrumental groove. So that was really fantastic too. So, I mean, honestly, I'm super excited. Shout out to Adam for bringing this to my attention. You know, I'm so in the whirlwind of everything that sometimes I don't catch things when they come out. So was very happy to hear. We'll be very excited to go through the rest of it. Do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.